Hello there everyone and welcome back to DML. So the METAMORPH Mania event has just begun in DML, and so this event lasts for 4 days, and this is the Dragon's Delight event that we were sort of waiting on for a little while, with the first prize being my delicious little caterpillar dragon. So let's take a look. So hello trainer, I see you've come to try out my newest invention, the Dragon's Delight. And then if we click this should take us into the sort of tutorial section of this event and just explains how the events work, basically. So look, one of your dragons wants to play too. Drag and drop items in the Dragon's Delight to help your dragon play. So then we've got these 3 items here which our Autumn Dragon's asking for, so we just drag and drop all of these onto him, and then that gives us 1 point. So helping your dragon will boost your Delight score. Get the highest Delight score to win first prize. You can refill the Dragon's Delight prizes by using Cupcake. First round's on me. Just singular Cupcake, apparently. But they give us this free refill, and now we just sort of work out which dragons we are going to give what items. So you can be very strategic about this, but normally the best thing to do is never trash your items. It's normally just better to refresh your dragons rather than ever wasting stuff. And we'll get into how you actually earn more points in a little bit as well. So, for now, what we're going to do is we can clear out this guy if we do it like this. We'll give a drink over there, and then we'll give him a firework. Like, I'm not sure about you, but I think giving dragons fireworks is kind of a scary concept. Like, I'm not sure if that's how I do this. Even giving children fireworks, like, geez, that's kind of... Don't know if I agree with that, as, I don't think I'd do that as a parent, I should say. But, I guess it's fine in this instance, you know? But, we just use all the items that we possibly can. We can refill this, so we will. And then when we give this hat to one of these dragons here, he's gonna ask us to trash. So you can trash all items to get rid of them for free. You'll then need to refill columns by using Cupcake to keep playing. You can also send away your dragons. After the dragon is done, or after the dragon is gone, you must wait an hour before the next dragon appears. So then he's telling us to refresh it if we want to, and I think that might be a good idea. And it does take an hour, and it costs 6 gems to do it, so if we skip this, then we'll get a different set of items. Unfortunately, those are like the opposite sort of items that we want, so I'm going to refresh again and hope that we get some drinks. Well, he wanted a balloon. That's good as well. That works for us. So, it does take a lot of points to get new items, and you have to wait 6 hours to actually get a new refresh, so it's barely ever worth actually trashing what you have. Except in a situation like this, I'm just going to do it anyway as an example, but just be aware that trashing doesn't really, it's not really the best thing that you should be doing. And this says, all items will be removed from the Dragon's Delight machine. You can refill the columns using Cupcake. Would you like to trash them? Again, I'm just doing this for show. You should not be impatient and do that like how I've just done it there. And so, are we, like, stuck again? We're stuck again for items, aren't we? You know, this RNG hasn't been the greatest so far, but, you know, that happens. That does happen quite a lot with these Dragon's Delight events. You'll just hit a bar or hit sort of a blockade very early on, and, you know, you just gotta deal with it. There we go. We got a new dragon refreshed there, so we can actually finish that off. Now we can fill up this with some more items. It doesn't really do what we want it to, but as long as you've got a dragon that you can feed, it's better than, you know, not having anything to do. So, again, give that over here, refill, then pop another firework over in that bad boy, and now the best thing would be to give this one, then we can get 2 more points out of those dragons. You know, you'll get used to it if you've never actually experienced these sort of events before. It really is just getting used to how the events play out. And then we got a drinky over here, and we can't really do anything else yet. So now we want to refill this side I don't know what you call them, column here. And so the way to get more points during these events, it's basically exactly like a castle event. So collect cupcake by performing these actions is what it says at the bottom. So collect food, collect gold, collect food, breeding dragons, feeding dragons, winning battles, and catching creatures. And these refill every 6 hours where you can get more points, but no, we are definitely going to get more than enough points right now. So we'll just collect all of the collect gold points that we can get. I could also use the gold vault for this, and it does actually add all your points together. Just in case you were curious and, you know, didn't want to potentially ruin collecting all of this stuff. But we'll do all of this, get all the cupcakes we possibly can. There we go, we've got everything. So now we'll hatch this dragon. Do we have anywhere to put him? No, we don't. That kind of sucks. But we need to breed dragons as well, so we will rebreed these two. And that isn't a gem dragon, but it gives us the points that we want, which is good. And now we need to find a dragon to level up. How about our Arctic dragon here? Then we feed him up, and you see we get 8 cupcakes per feed. So it's very simple to get a lot of points back. Speaking of which, we need to claim our daily prize for the anniversary event as well. And then we need to do fights. So let's look and see if we got any blue map fights to do in heroic mode, which we do. And I'm just going to skip these fights without auto battle tickets because why the heck not, to be honest. If I don't use them now, I probably won't use them through the day because I'll forget. So might as well use them as soon as I remember. But doesn't take that many fights to fully deplete it either. I think it's like, what, 8? 8 fights to fully deplete or get all the possible cupcakes that we can out of it. But very simple events. It's just, this event is a lot down to RNG. The solo events and castle events are mostly down to how much time you have remaining. But in these events, a lot of RNG is involved. Purely because of, you know, how RNG based it can be when you're actually, you know, looking for the right items to collect. But we'll put all of that food in there, and then we'll get our spring cherries out. We'll come collect those in an hour. And now, when we go back in, we've got another 1,000 cupcakes to spend. So we will refill this, and we actually got nothing again. Are you serious, game? Please don't do this to me. But so far, the RNG on this account has not been good. But that's fine. That's fine for us. You know, we can do that. So there we got some gold, which is our first milestone in the event. Blah, blah, blah. I would rather get rid of this left-hand column, honestly, just in case. And now I'll fill this up. And we don't have anything really left. We got a lot of balloons. We got a ton of balloons. If you give me a balloon, that would be fantastic. But no, of course not. Why would you ever give me a balloon? Silly me. Silly me for assuming that I'd get some good RNG out of all this. This is just going to be me for the whole event, by the way, just complaining. I'm just going to refresh this guy, because I don't think it's going to be working out for us. Fill her up again. There's a balloon! Thank you, game. And no one ever wants a hat. No one ever wants hats. Typical. Typical, I have to say. I'm just going to reset this, hope that we get nicer RNG. Again, I'm only doing all of this refreshing as an example. As soon as, you know, this first video is out, I won't be refreshing anymore because it costs too many gems, and at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to get the what's-a-mahoo-ha, the caterpillar anyway, because, again, it just requires so much effort at the end of the day, and a lot of money a lot of the time as well. But while we're doing this as well, I should also point out that along with the caterpillar being the main leaderboard prize, which is really the dragon I'd want, there is also the Sprite dragon available as the 130 point milestone dragon. So when you get 130 happy dragons, as they call them, then you will unlock the Sprite dragon. It's just the leaderboard prize dragon is given to only the first person in this bracket. So if you come anywhere lower, you'll get any of these other rewards, but only the #1 player in your bracket will get the caterpillar. So it is going to be a very, very contentious event, honestly, because it's a brand new dragon. Literally never had it in game before now. And 100 people in a bracket? Yeah, it's usually not the funnest experience, to put it mildly. But, you know, it is what it is. We will fight through and keep trying our best to succeed in this event. But, you know, I've thought negatively about these events in the past. I'm going to try and be as positive as we can be. And I guess we'll see how competitive our bracket actually is. Probably very. Probably very. Being honest with you. Most of the other brackets I've had in the past have been very, very tough. So, you know, it is what it is, really. But there we go, we'll fill up one more, and where are we gonna feed this? Well, we can actually just finish off the crystal dragon instantly. Not too shabby. So, now we've run out of points, and there's nothing else that we can really do. So we just have to wait until we get an item refill in 5.5 hours. So, for now, there is literally nothing else that we can do in the event, and you should get to this point every single time before you give up. So, main things to pay attention to and remember is don't trash items, refresh your dragons instead. Just wait for the hour cooldowns if you have to. It is worth it, because ever getting rid of your items does really put you behind in the event. And just make sure that you are, you know, fully depleting all of the items that you possibly can at the bottom here. If you do that, there's nothing else you could have done in the event, and you're trying your best. So we currently are in position #1, even though that's obviously not true, since we're in position 2. So someone just overtook us here. But you'll see that the people that we're against in this bracket, level 128, 126, 125, 122, we're level 115, so it sort of put us within a, like, 30 level sort of difference, because we have level 100, a level 100 player here, and actually, yeah, it's a level 100 as the lowest in this bracket. So, obviously, this is going to be quite difficult. On Android, the bracket I'm in does have a lot of lower level players, so I think the best chance of us finishing this event and getting the caterpillar potentially is going to be through our other account. And again, players at a high level are more inclined to spend because, you know, they've dedicated a lot of years into the game and have a lot more stuff available to use, and, you know, just in general, they are a more experienced player, and they know, you know, new dragon, why the heck would they not be willing to spend a couple of gems on it? You know, makes sense. It does make sense at the end of the day. But I'm not happy the caterpillar is the only #1 spot leaderboard prize, admittedly. I'm actually pretty annoyed about that, if anything. But we power on. We power on, we try our best, and we'll see where it gets us. If anything, you know, we're at least gonna potentially get a clan pack out of it, or card pack out of it, I should say. So it's better than nothing. Oh, and that is sweet! We just got a shard. Okay, no matter what happens, we did get a shard out of the volcanic ruin exploration, and now we can actually forge that seal of dragonfire. Well, you know, for the pretty bad RNG we got initially out of the Delight event, that actually kind of makes up for it. I am so happy we got that piece out of the way. Jesus. Magma's lair is the most annoying thing to explore in the game. Thank you. Thank you for getting that out of the way. Oh, well, you know, ignore me complaining before about RNG. I'm actually pretty stoked about that. Well, you know, let's collect this one. Will we get 2 for 2? I'm gonna say the likelihood is close to nil, but it could happen. What are you gonna do for me, game? Nah. You know, that was asking for a bit too much. Well, we'll re-explore this place. The only problem I have is, again, we have to explore the Ancient Palace with level 30 dragons. And I don't have any dragons at level 30 that I can use in the Ancient Palace. So we have, like, nothing that we can really do. We have the Meteor Dragon, actually, but that is the only one. Well, you know, it is what it is, but for now, all I'm gonna say is best of luck with all your RNG going into this event. You're gonna need it. But if you do need any other help, or you have any other questions regarding the event, of course you can leave a comment, ask me, ask the other guys that are on the channel as well, and we'll try our best to, you know, give all the advice that we can. And if this has gone completely over your head and you still don't know how it works, well, you know, you can still ask, and I'm sure someone will be able to explain it. But for now, thanks a ton for joining me today. I'm going to have a lot of work to do if I'm trying to do this on both accounts, so wish me luck as well. But for now, thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you then.